I recall roughly from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Me and my dad first went out to visit his mother at his parents' place. And on the way, we made a stop at Salty Bread in order to pick up a full loaf of their salty French bread. And some of their delicious pastries, such as at least 2 maple bacon square donuts, and at least 2 cheesecake danishes would be my best way of describing them at this point. But while we were at my dad's parents' place visiting his mom, we shared some of the pastries we got at the Salty Bread. That pizza place, local pizza place, it does a great job making pastries. While visiting my dad's mom, I had half of one maple bacon donut and half of one of the cheesecake danishes. Then we went to a nearby nursing home to visit my dad's dad. I recall we gave him at least one cheesecake Danish, and he enjoyed it. Had the whole thing. We then went to the pub location of the Perry's Pizzeria. Franchise to watch the AFC Conference Championship game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. I recall the Kansas City Chiefs got in the lead and stayed in the lead throughout the whole game. After first getting in the lead during the first quarter, the Baltimore Ravens, I recall, got about 10 points, while I recall the Kansas City Chiefs getting somewhere between 20 and 31 points. 31 is what springs to mind most for the final. And it's 10 for the Baltimore Ravens as the final score. We watched the NFC Conference Championship game between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers at the living room of my dad's place. We shared a bag of Wegmans generic wavy plain potato chips and Bison branded French onion dip. I recall we both wanted the San Francisco 49ers to win. And for the earlier game, we wanted the Baltimore Ravens to win. Because the Kansas City Chiefs have already won the Super Bowl quite a bit in recent years. I think that's kind of the same reason we wanted the San Francisco 49ers to win. The San Francisco 49ers are my favorite team. And it just seems, or at least my dad felt, that the San Francisco 49ers would be more likely to defeat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions got a 17-point lead during the first half, and then the second half was essentially the San Francisco 49ers overcoming that lead, and then getting a lead of first 3 points, and then 10 points, and then the Detroit Lions got one last touchdown and narrowed that lead to 3 points. But by that point, there were about 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So if I recall, at that point, the Detroit Lions called 3 consecutive timeouts within a minute or so. Because at that point, the San Francisco 49ers had possession of the ball. It was a pretty good game. The game between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers was a better game than the one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, because the game between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers was a close game in that there were points in which you couldn't really tell who was going to win the game. During the game, me and my dad watched at home. I had 2. I sipped at over a period of time 2 Goetsch Premium Pilsner beers. Throughout the game. 2 big bottles with the special cap. They were pretty good. I recall waking up today somewhere between 10 and 11 in the morning. And I had at least 1 cup of plain coffee before me and my dad left for essentially his parents' place to visit his mom. And on the way to Salty Bread, which was where we went on the way to my dad's parents' place. I was given a thermos full of more plain coffee. And I recall having finished that while visiting my dad's mom. The whole time we were out, me and my dad, I wore the Tyler Foams hoodie. I enjoy wearing it. Since I enjoy drawing on polystyrene with Sharpie markers.